There is nothing worse than background noise in a video. I said there is nothing worse than background noise in a video. Studies have shown that people will tolerate a video with bad picture quality, but when it comes to bad audio quality, they won't tolerate it. They'll simply leave the page or they'll go and watch the different videos. Now, I have seen many people uploading videos either onto YouTube or even marketing videos where people are trying to promote themselves or trying to promote their brand, and they're making this one critical error. They're not removing the background noise in their videos, and there's no bigger turn off than the background noise, the hiss, the clicks and the pop that you can hear in the background, that for me and for a lot of other people spoil the video. Now, to do this or to remove the background noise within my videos, what I do is I take a few extra steps, and it literally does only take me a few minutes. When I'm producing my videos, generally I use 2 to 3 pieces of software, and what we're going to do is we're going to cover them on the inside of this video. The first piece of software that I use is Camtasia Studio. The next piece of software that I use is Sony Vegas, and the final piece of software, which is a free open source software, is called Audacity. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over live onto the screen capture software, and I'm going to show you the steps that I take that only take me a few minutes to remove the noise from my videos.
Okay, welcome over to my desktop where you can see I have my Camtasia Studio opened up. This particular version is Camtasia Studio 7, and I know you can do the exact same in the version 8. Now, what I do to remove my background noise in Camtasia Studio is I come into the audio section and ask to remove noise. Now, one of the tips I would like to give you before I do this is normally one of the very first things that I do. The reason being is when I start editing and I start obviously creating clips and cuts, I want the noise right, or I want the background noise removed before I start, working with it, cutting it, because I just find it's an easier method to do. So as soon as I open up the software and I have my clip within the timeline, or literally after I've recorded and asked Camtasia to save and edit, well, then it drops it straight into the timeline. The very first thing I do is come into the audio section and then select Enable Noise Removal. When I click this, if you watch, it'll highlight an area where it knows it's noise and you're not actually talking. It will then get the noise profile, it will learn the noise profile, and then the software will intelligently remove that noise profile from the complete recording. So I'll click this and just watch what happens. So as you can see, it's jumped across here to the tail end and it's got the noise profile from there. That's basically the noise is now being removed from the actual audio, and if I play this back now, I'm actually quite happy with it. I've never sort of found that Camtasia hasn't removed the noise from me. Now, I know there's a bit of noise in my room from the fan from a PC and just general white noise, and Camtasia does a brilliant job in removing it just by simply checking this one particular box. So what you do, if I hit play in a silent area, there is absolutely no noise that's played back. Now, I also use Sony Vegas when I'm editing my videos. What we're going to do now is we're going to fire up this software, and I'm going to show you how I remove noise within this piece of software as well. Alright, as you can see, I now have a clip on the screen, and generally when I'm making my videos, I end up having to do the final editing in Sony Vegas. There are even occasions when I need to lift my Camtasia project or my Camtasia rendered video and drop it into Sony Vegas as well. Generally what I do though is I will record, I'll bookend the video, so I will record the introduction and I will record the outro or the tail end of the video in obviously one recording session. So I'll pause once I've finished with the introduction, I'll give it a 10 or 20 second pause, and then I'll do the tail end of the video. Then what I need to do is I need to split the video and drop in the actual tutorial portion or the screen capture. Now, what I do before I drop in or split the video again is I deal with my audio, and with Sony Vegas it's quite easy to do. You need to use an external piece of software which is free. It's an open source software and it's actually called Audacity. What I do is I right click and I ask to open copy in audio editor. Sony Vegas then automatically opens up a copy of this within Audacity because I have programmed my audio editor within Sony Vegas to be the Audacity. So now on the screen I have Audacity, and what I want to do is obviously remove the background noise of this piece of audio. So I select a general area where I know I'm not talking. I come to Effect, I come to Noise Removal, and the first thing that I do is I click the button to get the noise profile. What Audacity then does is it gets the noise profile for your selected area. The next thing that I do is I double click and I highlight the full clip. I come to Effect again, back into Noise Removal, only this time we're into step 2 where I wanted to remove the noise. I'm going to let it sit with these settings because I have already got the noise profile in the previous step. All I simply do now is select OK. You'll see here it applies the noise removal, it removes the noise from the audio. It now leaves you with the clean cut audio minus the noise. If I hit play, it's complete silence. Now what I need to do is I need to come to File, export this out. So obviously give it a name and then save this out into a particular folder that you want or where you know your audio file is going to go to. Once you've given it a name, simply hit save. Select OK and it will export your file into an MP3 file into your selected designation folder. So now that I've got the cleaned up audio, what I need to do is remove this audio here, or I can mute the audio, or I can drag it down to 0 and totally remove it. Generally what I like to do is remove this audio, so I'll unlock it. And then I can drag in my new cleaned up audio, which is going to be the exact same length, and then I create a group out of these audio, create new group, I lock it up again, and you'll see now that the cleaned up audio has now been tied up to the original video file. The only difference being I've took it out into a different piece of software, I've cleaned out all of the noise and I've dropped it back in.
So there you have it. As you can see, it's really simple to remove that unwanted background noise from within your videos. People are uploading videos with bad background noise, people who are marketing or who are trying to promote their own brand, and they're not taking these few extra steps to remove this. They're turning people off by not removing the background noise. Moving on from this, as I said, the Audacity Studio is free, and if you have any piece of audio that you can drop into Audacity, well then you should be able to remove the background noise using the filters in this free piece of software. There's really no excuse today as to why people are uploading videos that are made to be promotional, marketing, or generally, for a brand with bad background noise or bad audio. What you should always try and do is ensure that your audio is crisp and clear. If people can hear your audio, then they won't mind just as much if the picture quality isn't just as good. So that's it for today's video tip. I hope you found this tip helpful, and if you have, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and obviously drop any comments you have into the comment area below.